Well, good morning. This is my video for the 21st of May, and I'm starting at 6:33. I don't feel like waiting 11 or 22 minutes till the next double digits come up on the clock, and I was too late to catch the 555. I didn't write the blurb till just past that, actually, but I've waited long enough. The title is Doing the Right Thing for God, Humanity, and Myself. Taking a stance that is different from those you love is not easy. As I've gained different perspectives and learned new things over the years of my life, I have often been required to either stand alone in my latest awareness or sacrifice my integrity. My choice has inevitably been to maintain my personal integrity as best I knew how. That can also be seen as self-righteousness, and I am very aware of this dynamic too. I know I do not always get it right, and will be quick to admit when I failed in what I wanted to accomplish. I remain committed to living and acting in truth for my Creator, my brothers and sisters, and my own sense of mission, to co-create from a pure place, without ambition or greed, a world that truly does work for the highest good of all. That is why I am so passionate when I see a continuation of the insanity that causes so much harm in our world. The right thing may not always be popular nor easily understood, but integrity demands that I do my best. It was an interesting day yesterday, as the tension within me built throughout the day. I mean, I actually had to do my video early in the morning at 8. What time did I do it? At 8:55, I guess. Because I had work to do and I was having trouble focusing and concentrating on what I needed to be done because of all the feelings that were coming up inside of me. So I took time out of my normal Monday schedule to record the video and be done with it. But even after I finished with it, the energies kept flowing. Although I was able to get my work done, I kept feeling the immense feeling of sadness and disappointment in what I saw as careless decisions. Although I don't know all the reasons people make their decisions. And I don't want to be quick to judge somebody because they did what I wouldn't do. And I'm talking about Mr. Sino, and I'm talking about others in my life that see things a little bit differently than me. I don't want to be self-righteous. I don't want to think that my way is the only way because I know better. I've changed my mind enough times in my life to realize that what I thought was truth at one point became just a simple perspective at another point, and I realized that that truth had to be fluid. It had to be flexible, and I had to be fluid and flexible with it. I had to flow like water and bend like the willow tree. I had to learn these things, and I'm still learning them. I haven't mastered any of it. I want, though, with all of my heart, to see and live in a world where crime is properly addressed, not swept under the carpet, not ignored, not with some platitude of, well, they're only exercising their free will. Because it's really, really important that I get everyone to understand, and this I do believe is an absolute. Everyone's free will has limitations. You do not have, I do not have, the right ever to violate another one's free will, to cause intentional harm, or to cause loss for somebody by intention. Now, harm and loss occur as a natural outcome of living in a physical world. Every one of us does things without even thinking about it, without intention. We do things that, from another's perspective, hurt them or cause harm. It's not our intention to do so. And that kind of living will always be the case in a world where we're doing this dance of duality, where this dance of opposites comes into play: the masculine, the feminine, the light, the dark, the positive, the negative, the good, the less good. And evil doesn't have an existence of its own. Neither does darkness have an existence of its own. Lots of things don't have an existence of their own. They exist in contrast to something else. And we need to learn to do that dance. We're not overcoming duality. We are transforming our perception of it as being something that is disadvantageous or against us to something that is made to work with us if we are willing to work with the natural flow of things in nature. But man, of all creatures on this planet, man has had a very difficult time working with the flow of nature, especially in our modern world, especially in a world that is dominated by those who want to dominate the entire world. Those that take the responsibility that others have reneged on for their personal lives, and they take control and they operate through coercion and manipulation and force, by threat of force and violence. And this is the kind of world that I want to see transformed. And I want to do whatever I can, because the right thing is to recognize, first of all, that what I see out there is in me. And I know I keep saying that, but it's so important that I take responsibility for my own perceptions, and that I take responsibility for the actions I see being performed in the world around me. And I recognize that a part of me is responsible for that, because I am part of the whole. And it's responsible, not that it's guilt or shame producing, not that I've done something wrong, but that I'm responsible in that I have the ability to respond in a way that either perpetuates the problem or brings solutions to the problem. And of course I want to do the latter. I want to bring solutions. I want to bring remedy for those that have played victim roles. And you say, Ron, then they're playing victim roles. It's their choice. No, it's not their choice. That's the thing that I want to get through to you. It's not our choice. We don't have free will till we become conscious. When our lives are being run from the unconscious part of our being, the part that we're not aware of, we're not in free will. We're simply not. We are ignorant, and ignorant either because we don't know, or ignorant because we've chosen to do the wrong thing. And there are many people in the world that have chosen to do the wrong thing. They have even been programmed by their upbringing and even by their birth and DNA, perhaps, to do the wrong thing. And I'm talking about the establishment. I'm talking about these people that have felt that it is their duty even to control everything in the world. But you can see, if you look at them, if you stand back with any level of objectivity, you can see that they have no sense of morality or ethics. They are totally greedy. They are power hungry. Now, this is in each of us. There's elements of this in me. And we need to recognize that and put the self-righteousness aside and recognize that that is not a path that's going to bring solution. That's only a path that's going to continue to make the problem escalate and get worse. And how much worse does it need to get than what it already is now, where we actually have people on this planet right now that are trying desperately to start World War III because war produces wealth for them. I mean, what insanity. We actually have people on this planet that stop things like free energy and other technologies that would be a boon and a benefit to mankind because they cannot profit from it. Their mode and their intent is obviously greed, the bottom line, the balance sheet, the ledger account, where they end up with the most marbles. Can you not see that there are those that are purposefully destroying our food products by introducing pesticides and contaminants into the very DNA of these seeds and of these plant structures, absolutely distorting the natural life of the plants. Can you not see that there are people that are intentionally spraying poisons in our air and poisoning our land, fracking and all sorts of other things to chase after oil and other energy that we don't even need, because there are better ways, cleaner ways, non-polluting ways? Can you not see the insanity of a system that is based on monetary gain only? Can you not see the insanity of people harming other people, imprisoning them, stealing from them in the name of law and order? When even the policemen and the judges and the prosecutors and attorneys and the entire legal system is geared to injustice, not justice, where truth is something that is greatly feared by these people who are supposed to be serving the public good? Can you not see the nature of the world that we live in? It's not about turning the other cheek and saying it's okay. It's not about hiding our heads in the sand or shoving it up our butts or trying to ignore or deny or avoid dealing with the real issues in our world. Yes, do the work of inner healing. I'm doing the work of inner healing. I spent time at the end as this energy built through the day yesterday, when I was all finished with my work and reached a place, I spent time just feeling the anger, feeling the disappointment, feeling the sadness, feeling what most everybody in the world would say, negative emotions, and not pushing it away, not trying to deny it. And then when I was filled to the brim with the feelings that were coming up, I went and I started doing Ho'oponopono from that place of feeling, with tears coming down my cheeks, and really feeling that this is not something separate from me. This is me. I'm doing the Ho'opono for me, to release what the charges are in me, and to come back to a place of peace. And I imagined my partner working with me, although she's never worked with me yet in the flesh, in actual proximity with each other in the same room. But I pictured her working with me, because such a gift I've been given, to have someone that's asking me to look at this, Ron, look at this. I don't always agree. I don't agree with her that they mean no harm to us, so we must not mean harm to them. I don't agree with that at all. I know better. I know the plans. I've seen the plans, and they're horrific. They are not benevolent plans at all. They've built concentration camps throughout the United States to imprison people like me and others who stand up for the truth, because they are so desperately afraid of truth, so desperately afraid of love. Now, how desperate am I to provide a healing in myself, to myself, so that I can be a light in the darkness, so that I can love even that which is difficult to love, so that I can forgive when forgiveness is appropriate, and it's not appropriate when repentance hasn't taken place. These people are actors and actresses, and they will feign repentance. They will pretend to do the right thing. They won't really do it. They will say they're going to do it, and then they do the opposite, and they have a long history of this. Does not humanity have a long history of this? But especially those that claim rulership or dominion or power and authority over others. I am the authority in my life, and God, the Creator, is my higher power, my higher authority, and I am part of that too. I'm not separate from that. It's not out there somewhere and I'm here. No, it's all connected, and all life, all natural life is a flow. It's an interconnection. It's an energy field that we live in, that we live and move and have our being in. And my desire, the desire of my heart, is to let love increase to the point in my life where I'm actually able to powerfully transform not only what's inside of me, but what's around me too. And I do have power to do that. And so do you. We all have that power. And we must take the responsibility and answer the call to respond to the injustice that we see in the world, to respond to the absolute insanity of people who hurt so badly that they can't even begin to understand how much they're hurting others, because hurt people hurt other people. And many of the elite have been bred to have the compassion knocked out of them, so that they do not have a clear conscience to work with. They do not have the sense of the moral and ethical sense that most people have. Naturally, they don't have that. And so the healing of these psychopathic individuals is extremely important. It is an asylum for the criminally insane, but the criminally insane are running the asylum. Do you not understand that? And this is the honest nature, as I see it, of what we need to address, of what we need to respond to. And it's our job, it's our responsibility, it's our mission to be the best we can be, to let our lights shine as brightly as they can shine, to let love flow as much as we're able to allow it to flow. Because it's up to us to change the world. It's up to us to balance and harmonize and synthesize all of the paradoxical elements that are in all of us and each of us, to blend these together and to make a harmonious whole, a world that works for everyone. That's my vision. It's been my vision for a long, long time. And I'm willing to tell the truth, and I'm willing to make myself vulnerable, and I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to shut up. As long as I am able, I will speak out and tell the truth as I feel it, as I see it, as I know it to be, to the best of my ability. Because doing the right thing is my mission. It's who I am. It's my calling. Thank you for listening. Namaste. In Lakesh.